So anyway, without further ado, I'm Michele Porter Will, and I've been with the Rays of Healing not too terribly long, but we know how time goes. So since about 2014, I've been with Rays of Healing, and I hate to say it, I guess it was 2019, sorry. I became a minister, or 2018. I believe. That's really bad that I can't recall the time, but so it is. Welcome, Kathy. I'm just kind of doing a little greeting here. We're glad to have you here. So anyway, today's meditation is a healing meditation. And what I would like to do is a few different things. Some of you, we all see things so differently. This is the beauty of doing meditation and the beauty of energy work. And so at one point, I want to get us kind of settled in, and typically what I do is close my eyes, but you are welcome to keep your eyes open, close your eyes. You're welcome also to lay down if you feel like that's where you need to be, or to sit up nice and straight so that your spine is completely erect so that the energies can come in a lot more clearly. But if you're laying down, it's the same thing, I think. So that's perfectly fine too. But at one point, I might ask you, I will ask you if you would open your eyes, because I want to do a little something different. And like I said, we all have a little bit of a different way of approaching energy work and feeling that energy and bringing it in. So what I would like to do is just bring it in a little differently. But for now, let us go ahead and relax. I want you to sit back, whatever you need to do to relax, and take in a couple of deep breaths. And just let that release. Another deep breath in. And let it release. And now I want you to imagine that we have, which we do have, we have several chakras, but I want you to imagine 3 chakras above your head and extending up to about 20 feet. And I want you to imagine 3 chakras below your feet, extending down about 20 feet. And then as we're getting started, I want you to imagine or feel the energy. You may actually see it as well. That 360 degrees all the way around you, top and bottom, side to side, you're about 20 feet out in your energy. So as we're breathing, we're going to do another couple of extra breaths in and out. And I want you to imagine or just see this, taking deep breaths into each one of those chakras, also to include the chakras, the 7 chakras within your body. All right, so deep breath in. Let's start at the top, breathing into all the chakras from the top and going all the way down through the body with releasing all the way down 20 feet. And now that we've cleared a path, let's take another deep breath in and include all of our chakras in that breath. Opening up each one of these beautiful spiritual centers and allowing release. So now I want to, as we breathe in, let's breathe in love. Deep breath in, breathing in love, and breathing out peace. And allow that to release out into your structure. 360 degrees all the way around, up and down. And another deep breath in, breathing in love and breathing out peace. And to start the meditation today, I'm going to say a prayer. And what I would like for you to do is to say out loud anyone you would like to include. Hello, Karen, and welcome. Anyone you would like to include in the meditation, any situation you would like to include, and any concern that you may have as well. So I'll do the prayer first, and then I'll just kind of cue you to include the others that you have in mind, and we'll have a moment of silence so that we can bring everyone into this that you would like, or any situation, as I mentioned. Divine Infinite Spirit, thank you for being one with us, for flowing through us and all around us. We ask today that this healing meditation be a part of each person or each situation or any concern that each one of us have. And we'll take a moment to include each one of those energetically. We ask that we be grounded, feeling the entirety of who we are in our structure, that we be aligned, that we are centered, that we are balanced, that each one of us, each one of these situations be clear, be restored, be repaired, and wholly healed. We ask that each one of us be filled with love and with peace. And we ask this in the highest good of each one of us and of those we've included and of those situations that exist. We give thanks for the Ascended Masters who are here with us today, for the Master Teachers. We call upon the Archangels to come into the four corners of our room or our space. We ask for the assistance of Archangel Michael, who stands in the south, of Archangel Gabriel, who stands in the west. We call upon Archangel Uriel, who stands in the north, and Archangel Raphael, who stands in the east. And I want each one of you to imagine a golden ball, a golden light. We are calling upon this golden light to surround each one of us, each one of those with whom we have included, every situation we have included in any concern. The golden light surrounds us and expands out into our energetic structures. This light is of the purest and highest divine intention, holding us, keeping us, and all else is outside this circle of light. All else is outside this circle of light. I'd like you to take your hands, and this is the only time I'll ask you to open your eyes. Take your hands and rub them together, creating a little energy ball for ourselves. And I want you to take your hands above your head. And I'll say this out loud. I would like you to say it to yourselves. You can say it out loud as well. Divine presence, come into my hands. And I want you to feel that beautiful divine golden love and light that is above your head, in your hands. And I'd like you to ask, divine presence, come into my head. This feels wonderful. Divine presence, come into my throat. Divine presence, come into my upper heart, my higher heart. Divine presence, come into my heart. Divine presence. And you can bring your hands down and actually have them on your body or out just outside the body as you go down. Feeling that divine presence coming in. Divine presence, come into my solar plexus. Divine presence, come into the sacral chakra or the Dantian, whichever you refer to it as. And divine presence, come into my root. Now I want you to imagine. You can rest your hands and we'll ask the divine presence to come into our legs, into our feet, rooting through our feet, all the way down 20 feet. And we'll ask the divine presence to come into our shoulders and our arms and our hands, coming out through our hands. And resting in this golden light that we have each created around us. Another deep breath in and just release. And I want you to imagine, and for those of you who might see this, Feel your way out. We're going to go out into our subtle bodies as well with this divine presence. We'll go into the bio layer. And again, I call it something a little bit differently, but you use your language as you're doing this. Out into the emotional layer. Out into the primal layer, which is between the emotional layer and the mental layer. We're going to move this beautiful divine energy, your own divine presence, into the mental layer. Now we'll move out into the cognitive layer. Moving out into the spiritual layer. Into the etheric layer. And out into the soul layer. And I want you to rest there. Out in the soul layer, if you are able to do that, just take a rest and feel this beautiful divine presence of your own all around you. And as you are resting there, I'm going to call upon some energy to come into our bodies. So this is where you can really relax and just really let it all go. Calling upon Archangel Raphael to bring in a beautiful blue healing energy. And before we do that, we're going to call upon the divine love and light, universal love and light, a beautiful white with gold and silver specks to come into each of our structures, to come around each of our structures on the outside, penetrating and creating about a 2 to 3 foot deep amount of universal love and light all around us. Beautiful. 360 degrees all the way around. And we release the universal love and light as we call upon the blue light of healing energy. Calling upon the blue light to come into our bone marrow at the very subatomic particles within our bone marrow. Just allow yourself to absorb this beautiful blue light. At the subatomic level within the bone marrow itself. And now we ask for this blue light of healing to come into every one of our bones, allowing that to come in also at the subatomic level, at the very minute particles, coming into each of our bones. Now we call upon this blue light of healing to come into our muscle fascia, come in at the minute particle, the subatomic cellular level of the fascia. Take a deep breath in and release. Just allow your body to relax in this energy. And now we ask for the blue light to come into each of our muscles, allowing for the muscles to relax fully and to heal. Coming into that subatomic cellular level of each of our muscles. Allowing the muscles to just release. Take in this beautiful energy. Allow for this energy to come into the head, around the eyes, the brow, your jawline, and your necks, and your shoulders. Just allow for that beautiful energy to fill you up. Another deep breath in and release. We call upon the blue light now to come into each one of our organs. We're going to call upon it individually. So we ask for it to come into the brain, just allowing for release and healing. Coming into our eyes, allowing for this blue light of healing to come into our lungs. into our pancreases, the spleen, our stomachs, the gallbladders, into the bladder, into our kidneys, the liver, that liver really likes this. Into the appendix, the large intestine, a lot of release in the large intestine, and in the small intestine. Just let it come in. And we ask that it come in at the subatomic cellular level. The reproductive organs. Now we call upon the blue light of healing to come into the circulatory system. Come into the lymphatic system and the endocrine system. And we ask that it come into the elimination system. And we call upon the blue light of healing to come into our central nervous system. Coursing through our spines, all around, all from the top of your head down to your tailbone, allowing for healing and restoration. And we call upon the blue light to come into our skin. We release the blue light and give thanks for this healing. And now we're going to take a little travel, a little adventure. I want you to see the golden light that is in your heart, or imagine this beautiful golden light that is resonating in your heart. And I want us to expand it. Expand it just slightly out into the chest cavity, and slowly allowing for it to go out just a little outside your body. And I want you to think of either gratitude or love and bring that into this beautiful space that you've created and feel that. And I want each one of us to invite this beautiful gratitude or love to be experienced in the brain as well. Invite the brain into the heart space. And now we invite each one of our organs into this space with the heart and the brain. And I'd like to take just a couple of minutes to visit with whichever organ is showing up for you. Giving thanks and having a little talk with whichever organ you would like to speak with, or maybe many of them. But let's take a couple of moments just to speak with whatever resonates with you. Now let us go back to our hearts. And we're going to travel up our chakras. When we first started, I said there were 3 above our head, and what I would like to do is to go in the direction above our hearts first, and then we'll come back down. And we're going to expand our cores. So starting at our heart, let us move up to the throat chakra. Moving up to the brow chakra. Moving up to the crown chakra. And we're going to move up to the solar chakra. And a little further up into the star chakra. And then at the top of our structure, the divine gate. I want to take a look around each one of us in the divine gate chakra. There is a teacher or a master there waiting for each one of us. I want to take a moment in the divine gate just to explore and to allow for something to come to you. Allow for There may be an angel there, might be an ascended master. Just allow for this time to visit with who it is that shows up for you. Have a conversation. While you're visiting with who it is who has come to see you today, I'd like you to ask the question, what is mine to do today? What is mine to do today? Now I'd like you to thank whoever it was that showed up for you today. And we're going to take our leave and travel back down. I'd like us now to go to the star chakra and just to say hello and give thanks to your star chakras for being present, for being here, for awakening each one of us to this beautiful spiritual center. And now we'll travel down to the solar chakra, also saying hello, looking around, giving thanks for the star chakra. And we'll travel now to the solar chakra. In case I've confused this a little, sorry, I'm a little out there. We'll just go with the flow here. So giving thanks to the solar chakra, looking around, saying hello as we travel down to the crown chakra. Saying hello, giving thanks as we move into the brow chakra to say hello. Allow for that expansion of the brow chakra out into the greater mind. There are great things to see, and we give thanks. as we move down into our throat chakra, also allowing for expansion in the throat chakra. Saying hello. And we'll move down into the heart chakra. And some of you may already feel that with the throat expansion, you're feeling like you're in your heart. So that's fine. Let's just keep right there in that big heart space where we have already developed that beautiful golden light and expansion. I'm sensing that those we have put in our prayer circle are feeling our heart very strongly now. We give thanks to the heart chakra and move into our solar plexus, allowing for expansion, saying hello. Moving down into the sacral chakra, saying hello and allowing for expansion. As we move into our root chakra, we give thanks to the sacral for all the beautiful creation that comes from this beautiful area. And we allow for the expansion of our root now, saying hello, acknowledging the importance of the root and the role it plays in our lives. As we move through the root, I want to introduce 3 more chakras. The lunar chakra, which is between the feet, just below the root chakra. We'll say hello and give thanks for it allowing us to maintain on the earth, doing what it is that we need to do. Allowing for expansion. Going down a little further to the axis chakra. Saying hello and allowing expansion. Keeping us connected. And we're going to go down to the bottom of our structure, which is about 20 feet down, to the chi pool, where there is a great activity of beauty holding us saying hello, allowing for ourselves to stand in that chi pool, allowing for our divine selves to be. And now we're going to come back up slowly, giving thanks for that beautiful energy that holds us, coming up to the axis chakra, again to the lunar chakra, up to the beautiful root. Feel this energy traveling up through your bodies, coming up to the sacral, coming up to the solar plexus, again to the heart. And now I want you to imagine this beautiful, divine, universal love and light coming down through our core, just above the divine gate. This beautiful light, white in color, with silver and golden specks coming down all the way through our core. I want you to imagine it passing through each one of the chakras as it comes down, holding us, running through us, all the way down to the chi pool. And now, ever so gently, as this beautiful light flows through us, I want you to imagine it expanding out. Allow for this flow to come through, cleansing, healing. This beautiful light from the heart and the mind of the divine flowing through you. Lovingly holding each one of us. And now I want you to imagine a channel that is opening up for you 20 feet out in front of you, right about at the level of the sacral, maybe a little bit around the solar plexus sacral area. And that channel too is bringing in this divine light, coming in, creating a divine cross as it passes through you, going out the back, 20 feet out. I want you to hold this, feel this, allow yourselves to experience what this grand cross has for you. Allow for the expansion of the channel as it comes in, knowing that your core is flowing as well with this divine love and light. Allow yourself to feel this, to settle with this. See what is there that is yours at the divine grand cross of the core in the channel. Now I want us to come back up to our hearts. We have already expanded our hearts out. And I want you to imagine expanding it further out into our emotional layers, out into the primal layer, into the mental layer, into the cognitive layer, expanding our hearts out into the spiritual layer, into the etheric layer, and out into our soul layer. I want you to imagine this heart space that you have created going out to each individual or each situation that we included in our energetic circle. Imagine that now. This beautiful heart energy from the heart and the mind of the divine, touching upon each individual or situation. And now let us expand this energy out into our communities. Let us expand a little further out into all of the US, across the oceans, into each country, each continent, to the south and the north, the east and the west. And now let us expand this out into the universe, shining our lights, holding space for all that is. And while you're here, let us set an intention for today. As we slowly come back into our bodies, I want to give thanks to the archangels who stayed with us, to the ascended masters who came today to be with us, to the master teachers, the galactic angels, our ancestors, and then to the divine infinite spirit. We give thanks. And so it is. Namaste, each of you. Take a few deep breaths in again and just release. Slowly coming back into your bodies. Let us try to wiggle our fingers a little bit. Maybe our feet. Thank you to each of you for joining me today. If you want to share any thoughts, you may. If you don't feel like talking, that is perfectly fine with me. I'm grateful to each of you.
I just wanted to say thank you very much. That was beautiful and very relaxing. And thank you.
You're so welcome, Joyce. All of you.
I have a question. I want to thank you for the meditation. It was very long, very generous of you to give that much time. I was wondering if you had a website or anything for, like, if you worked with people individually ever, or.
I do have a website I can share. I don't do a lot of it, but I'm happy to do it. I am very happy, and I'll put it in the chat to anyone who'd like to reach out to me. And I'm humbled by you asking that question. Thank you. So, yes, feel free to reach out to me. I'll give you my phone number too, because as Donna knows, if I can think right now, I'm by text, I do a lot better than email. So there's my phone number if anyone would like to reach out to me. Feel free to text me.
This was wonderful, Michelle. Thank you so much. As you can tell from my chat, trying to come back in my body at the same time as typing wasn't going so well. But thank you. It was just truly magical. I could feel every part of it. Even when I was out, it was funny. I was still following right along, but I could tell, I don't know if I did miss little bits here and there, but I felt like I still stayed with it, but I could tell I was I was out there. So thank you. Tingling throughout my body. The visualizations were really on point, just everything of what you were saying. So this was just truly magical. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you. And you know, if anyone, this is my philosophy. If you ever feel like you're going so far that you're asleep, you're really allowing for that energy to come in. So you don't miss anything. Not at all.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, thank you everyone for joining me. I
Michelle,
appreciate
I believe, this is Donna, I believe that your entire meditation was a prayer. It was fabulous. So I don't know if you want to lead everyone in a quick closing prayer, or if you've led the prayer already.
I think we had the prayer.
I agree. I agree, but I didn't want everyone to leave.
Yeah. I know I do it a little differently. I'll just say that. And
It was wonderful.
yeah, and all of our relatives and family and friends and situations, they've all been heard and it's all been included. I could feel it.
Mm.
Make sure to drink a little water, maybe even take a salt bath today. Just to,
There goes Barb.
yeah, there's a lot of energies. All right. Well, thank you all. Namaste. Blessings to each of you. And I hope we'll see you again.
Yes, next time. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
Michelle, once again. Bye, everyone. Have a great day and happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out
Yes.
there.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Christine. And to those of you who are celebrating with your mother.
That's right.